an officer, well, again, the department, with their politics, decided to downgrade personnel and try to replace people with cameras in a jail. So they replaced 4 people with 1 and cameras. 1 person with cameras. And unfortunately, an officer who happened to be of a pale complexion with, he had a little Mr. T set on. Italian guy with a lot of gold. And they took his gold, broke his jaw. It was only, even though it was only a superficial laceration, they did cut his throat, broke some ribs. And the person at the camera couldn't see it because they had pulled the plugs. Turned into a full-scale, you might remember this, standoff at the bridge, where it was police against correction with Dinkins as mayor. They blocked the bridge and wasn't letting anything on or off. News reporters were saying dumb things. Well, how can it be a standoff? Wait, what do you mean the correction guards have guns? They didn't even know that we were officers. They didn't know that we were armed.
So detached from truth.
So I'm inside, and these inmates took over one of our facilities. You won't hear that on the news.
No.
But they took over the facility. And it was wonderful. They had those wonderful drop ceilings. Well, they ripped the ceilings out and took all of those metal sheaths and made shanks.
Swords.
Everyone had one. They had those big fans. They took the front plates off of them and made these wonderful blades. And it was a very, very rough patch. And my warden said, take the jail back. And so we did, by any means necessary. No regrets. Anything that I did, I meant to do. That's what had to be done at that time. It was not a malice, was not a venom, it was out of survival, but it was absolutely necessary if I did it. Now, some of the others were looking for opportunities. But those same inmates, I recall, I've been in blackouts and riots before. Inmates protected us. My first blackout, inmates surrounded me and told the rest of them, save that energy for somebody that's disrespectful. There were still rules. So now, for anyone who doesn't see them as a person, something's off. And that's how I began to deal with all of them from that time. So that was my identification, the respectful guy. No, you can't have nothing extra. No, I'm not bringing you nothing illegal. But I'm going to give you as much respect as you allow me to give you. And if you choose to be disrespected, know that you created the environment that we are now in. So I didn't have as many problems. Even in the midst of all of that, if I came in and said, put it down, they put it down. Yeah, I'm cuffing you. Yeah, I know. It wasn't an argument. They were trying to survive too. So fast forward now, you have people who now are subjected to a climate, whether it's the epidemics, I'm sorry, back to the toxicology. In that riot, a shirt was ripped off from one of the officers. The inmate was trying to tell us the whole time but we didn't believe it was as deep as it was. He had a tattoo of a black baby with a noose around his neck.
Mm. So we know the energy and the intent of all his interactions.
Not upstate somewhere.
Here in New York City.
Here in New York City.
Mm.
And to this day, I'm still politically incorrect with some of them.
Mm.
Because, they were friends.
Mm.
But I'm still the same guy. We didn't carry weapons in jail. I carry one out here.
Mm. That part.
Yeah, that part.
There's many factors that's contributing to 2022's rates of the unaliving.
So if you have now no more rules,
Rules are gone.
what do you have? Chaos and mayhem. So it's less controllable.
Mm.
And for some, the question is, why bother?
Mm.
If I'm going to think of a teacher in school who's trying to help a child and their parent is saying, don't tell my child to go read,
Mm.
how do you help that child?
Mm.
How? Without now going through hoops to get ACS involved, to now get the parent removed. And now you've completely, possibly messed the child up even more because the only structure they know is gone. And even though it wasn't the best, it was the one they knew. And now they're angry at you because you took them away and they don't even realize that that was a problem. Well, the inmates are the same way. I'm trying to help you. Don't help me. If you want out of that gang, we can get you out. I'm good. Nah, if I go, my family's in danger. If you stay, your family's in danger. So how do you help? And if you overstep, you're indicted by the political system and the legal system for trying to help. When they used to say things like, any officer that is talking to an inmate is not a real officer. What?
Wow.
Are you retarded?
Don't talk to people.
This is where you get your information from. You don't have to use a person. You just have to be respectful enough for them to want to tell you, for them to want to hand you the keys.
Right.
That's all you have to be. What did I give them? Nothing.
Respect.